also don't want someone to hear us and then attack their significant other.
Is there a third reason, maybe to gather intelligence?
Yes.
When you're listening, did you hear anything other than dark whispering back to you?
I heard something knock, bump. At the time, I wasn't sure what it was.
The call details in front of you say there's 2 vehicles that are in the driveway. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
As a patrol officer, can you just take what you're given for granted and just dismiss the vehicles and focus on the structure itself?
No.
Why not?
Well, we just don't know what's going on there. And, a caller, it's just basic human perception, right? Sometimes we don't always see everything that's going on. Sometimes we make mistakes. But a caller doesn't necessarily know everything that's going on. And they call us out there to go take care of something. And so we need all that information that we can get about what's going on scene in order to make both safe decisions and to make the legal decision, make the proper legal decision.
How do you have to address those 2 vehicles in the driveway?
We have to clear them. We have to look inside to see if someone's there.
You don't, when you say clear, you don't open them, do you?
No.
How do you look inside?
Just shine a flashlight inside and see if there's someone in there.
Did you do that in this case?
Yes.
Did you and Carol, did you stay together? Or what happened with that? Where are you taking through from where you just left the screwdriver in that area? Did you step across anything?
Stepped across a weed eater, yes.
You've got to clear these 2 vehicles. That's the discussion you all have.
Yes.
How do you, as a team, go about doing that?
One of us goes down one side, the other one goes down the other side.
Who went left, who went right?
Officer Darch went left and I went right.
What's ahead of you when you get down to the second vehicle?
The detached garage at 1203 East Allen.
Can you tell the members of the jury that Darch doesn't have her camera on that night, correct?
Yes, correct. That's correct.
Where was Darch as you guys were clearing the vehicle?
Off to my left.
Did you see her?
Yes.
What was the visibility out there for you that night? You talked about it being dark and you seen your camera. Did you see better than your camera?
Yes, a little.
You get to the detached garage. What do you do next, Darren?
I took a quick look at the garage door. It didn't seem to be, none of that seemed to be broken into. Then I looked towards the left, towards the gate.
Describe the gate to the members of the jury.
It was a standard privacy fence gate, let's say 6-ish feet high, hinged on the left with standard off-the-shelf Home Depot hinges and a latch. Again, it just looked like a run-of-the-mill everyday gate.
You're at the gate on the latch side then?
Yes.
Officer Darch is on the hinge side.
Yes.
And you have a motor vehicle right there, correct?
Correct.
You heard last week from officers out there that we don't know exactly how wide the gate is, do we?
No.
Was it tight quarters right there?
Yes.
Part of your training and tactics that are taught by the city of Fort Worth is when you're going into an opening with 2 officers, 2 or more, is there a crossover technique that's taught at the academy?
Yes.
Can you explain that to the members of the jury?
The person standing on the left side of the opening goes to the right on the inside, and the person standing to the right of the opening goes to the left on the inside.
Because of your position at the gate, you're going left, Darch is going right.
Yes.
your investigation before you opened that gate?
No, we had not.
When you open the gate, take the members of the jury forward from there.
So I opened that gate with my handheld flashlight, took a quick look to the left, and observed the back of the house with a window and an air conditioning unit to the side. The window was pretty much right up against the fence. Quick look to the right just to make sure there was nobody standing there, and then moved on into the left.
Could you sense or feel that your partner, Carol Dark, is coming in and covering your backside?
Yes.
Part of your training, what you're responsible for the left-hand side when you go in. What observations are you making at that point?
As I said, there's a window and the air conditioning to the right and the fence immediately to the left. Just looking at the window to see if it appeared, signs of forced entry. The screen appeared intact, but I leaned down to look for jimmy marks or something like that. And at that point, I also peered inside the window just to see if objects were broken or messed up in there, or if there was someone in there.
Do you have your gun drawn when you go through the gate?
No, I did not.
You know if Officer Darst did?
I believe she did, yes.
Is there a reason why she had hers drawn and you didn't?
I can only speak for myself. There's training about doing a general area search, and you don't do that with your weapon out. You do it with your handheld flashlight.
Aaron, when you looked into the window, did anything catch your eye?
Yes.
And explain that to the jury.
As I looked through that window, low in the window, I observed a person. Couldn't tell black, white, male, female. I saw the torso bent over horizontal, and could see about this much up on the arm, and then about the same on the leg, just the upper leg of the hip. And the upper arms, I could tell there was movement, like the upper arms were moving, like someone was reaching for something or grasping.
This torso, the silhouette, is it okay to use silhouette?
Silhouette, yes.
Were they near the window or away from the window based on what you could see at the time?
Very close to the window.
You've seen your video.
Yes.
Are you able to see into the room where the cameras are not?
Yes.
When you see this silhouette of a torso, would you say it's an adult torso or a juvenile torso?
It was an adult torso.
Aaron, when you see that adult torso at the window, what do you do?
Well, I thought we had a burglar, so I stepped back, straightened up, and drew my weapon, and then pointed it towards the figure. I couldn't see that person's hands, and we're taught that the hands, and it's what's in them that killed. We need to see the hands. We need to get people to show us our hands and get control of those hands. So I drew my weapon, intending to tell that person to show me their hands.
In your training at the academy and your training at the Fort Worth Range, you've gone through a lot of drills to develop what they would call muscle memory. Is that safe to say for officer survival?
Yes.
Is that part of the training curriculum?
Yes.
Why is muscle memory and repetitive action, especially when you're dealing with a level 3 holster, so important to an officer's survival?
because of the holster safety features that have to be deactivated, and also because police work by its nature is reactive. In other words, we're always responding to something, and we're taught that action always beats reaction, so we often end up behind whatever someone else is doing.
You, at this point, have unholstered your weapon, is that correct?
Yes.
Is there a point or a series of frames on your video where the video shows dark at this point?
Yes.
Why did the video show dark at this point? Where did your light source go?
I think my thumb came off of my switch on my handheld light because I had it in the momentary position, and that was before I got my weapon light on.
Back to that muscle memory, is there a sequence that you're taught on how to unholster that weapon and turn the rail light system on if approved?
Yes.
Explain that to the member of the jury.
You're supposed to turn that weapon mount light on with your offhand.
Just demonstrate some stuff in the court. Would it be easier to show the members of the jury?
Probably, yes.
May I vote now?
Yes, sir.
Aaron, I've just handed you a flashlight. It's a string light, is that correct?
Yes.
And is that your string light?
Yes, it is.
And is that a rechargeable light that officers are allowed to carry?
Yes.
Now, does that string light have several different buttons on it?
Yes.
It has two, does it not?
It has one.
Okay. Yours is only on in the back?
Yes.
That button has a couple of different functions in it, is that correct?
Yes, it does.
What do you mean by momentary on? And if you would, if you're going to energize it, point it towards the judge's smartboard. What do you mean by momentary on?
Momentary means you slightly depress it and it only comes on for a moment. If you let the pressure off, it comes off. It turns off.
And is there a way to click it and turn it all the way on?
Yes.
Okay. When you were going around, if the jury looks at the exhibit again, the video, when you shine your light on and off, that's you toggling the back of that light with your left hand?
Yes.
You mentioned an offhand. Is there a primary hand for your firearm in the academy?
Yes.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
So that would be your firearm hand, your right hand, correct?
Yes.
So your offhand would be the one that your string light that you just showed the jury against the judge's smartboard?
Yes.
And how are you taught to turn on the light system? If we were on my rubber gun here, how are you taught to turn on the light system here?
To use this hand to do it.
So if I have this, and if I have your flashlight in my left hand, how am I supposed to, what are you supposed to do? If the flashlight is not in my hand, is there a switch on your rail light?
Yes.
Is it like a flapper switch that comes down?
Yes.
Is it on both sides?
Yes, it is.
Were you able to turn it on the left-hand side?
I was not.
How did you turn on your light's on from the video. How did you turn it on?
Once I realized I wasn't able to get it on with my offhand, I reached up with my trigger finger and flipped it on.
Explain that to me.
Well, since it rocks on both sides, I came up, was trying to get it on, it wouldn't come on, and so I just reached up. I kept my trigger finger off the trigger until I'm ready to shoot anyway, so it would have been up on the frame of the weapon, and then just reached and flipped that light switch on.
When both of the lights came on, were you able to see more depth of field inside that room?
Depth of field meaning into the room? No, I really only saw it up close. I really didn't see much back in the room.
Did the silhouettes, did you, Aaron, in your eyes take up most of the window?
Yes.
I think you told the jury to take a step back. You unholstered your weapon. What are you doing at this point?
Well, as I said, I needed to see that person's hands, because the hands carry weapons. The hands are the threat to us. So I looked back after I got my light on, saw the silhouette again, and I was shouting at this time, shouting commands. Put up your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. And as I started to get that second phrase out, show me your hands, I saw the silhouette. I was looking right down the barrel of the gun. And when I saw the barrel of that gun pointed at me, I fired a single shot from my duty weapon. And immediately had the flash from the muzzle reflecting off the window. And of course, as my weapon recoiled, the light was bouncing back in my face, so I couldn't see. When my vision cleared, then I observed the person that we now know as Miss Jefferson. I heard her scream and saw her fall like this. And I knew that I'd shot that person.
Aaron, when you first picked up your firearm pointed at you, how close to the window were you?
Picked up, you mean saw?
Yeah.
Visually picked up. Very close. Not any more than arm's length.
This may be an obvious question, but I need to ask it. You see the weapon? Is it in the silhouette hand? What do you see?
I just saw the silhouette of the person and the gun. I don't recall seeing hands, but I did see that weapon pointed at me.
You're not saying the gun's on the floor?
No, the gun was pointed directly at me.
And about how high up on the silhouette is the gun in your mind when you're looking at it?
Maybe mid-chest, I'm not sure.
You have your city-issued firearm out at this point, is that true?
Yes.
You're giving, or in the process of giving commands. Why didn't you let the commands finish out?
Because we're taught to meet deadly force with deadly force. We're not taught that we have to wait. Anytime we have a threat of deadly force, we can use deadly force to defend ourselves or someone else from that threat of deadly force.
Where's Carolyn? You just started your weapon.
She was directly behind me.
What happened next when you went there?
I heard Officer Darks call out, shots fired, just like you're supposed to. And I started to call out as well. Baker 325, shots fired, shots fired. Started supervisor and in MedStar code. I wanted medical attention there immediately. I turned down to start giving medical aid and get inside this house. And I thought, wait a second, I still don't know. All I've seen is a person. I don't know anything else about what's going on in that room. So I ran back up to the window to see if I could see anything else. I observed the person, obviously we now know as Miss Jefferson, laying face down on the floor. And I really couldn't see anything else in the room. And Officer Darch said, we got to get in there, we got to get in there. And I said, yeah. And I tried to even jerk at the window just to get right inside. But it wouldn't come up. So we started running around the house, through the gate and around.
Aaron, when you get back to the front door that's never open, is that the door you go in?
Yes.
At this point, at the academy, when you're at the range, are you wearing ear protection?
Yes.
Discharge of weapons allowed that if you agree.
Yes.
When you're under a lot of stress, there's what's called auditory exclusion as well.
Yes.
And you're trained on that at the academy, correct?
We are.
It's hard to simulate the academy, do you agree?
It is.
You're making observations about yourself at that point? Can you hear what's going on around you?
I could hear people on the radio in my ear, but I don't remember hearing anything else.
You and Aaron, you and Carol have to still clear that house because you don't know what you have, correct?
Yes.
Is your investigation complete at that point?
No, it's not.
What do you do next, Aaron?
Well, the gate, I asked her if she had one of the TAC-Med bags. She said she didn't, so I started making plans to find objects in the room to start rendering emergency aid until MedStar got there. And at that point, the radio's just blowing up, and they're asking me questions, and people are saying they're coming, and I'm trying to respond, and we get to the door, and dispatch asked me some other question, and I started to try to respond, and I was like, forget it, we got to go. We got to get inside this house and see what else is going on there, and render aid to this person. So we get inside, and I let the radio go. And then we start shouting commands and fast clearing, which is just looking just as fast as we can, but safely moving through and observing into each of the rooms and the halls and everything just to see if there's somebody there. And we got to that back bedroom. And as we moved through the house, all of the rooms, they were all a mess. Everything was a mess in the house. Just objects everywhere. Objects all over the floor, all over the furniture. It looked trashed. It looked like somebody had just gone through everything. And I get to that back bedroom. And off to my right, I see a kid. Of course, we know it's Zion. And I'm thinking, who brings a kid to a burglary? What is going on? I see a dog. And at that point, I was just like, never mind. Forget what else. You got Darce. Just shut up and work. Shut up and work. Get the weapon. Render aid to her. Get the weapon. Render aid to the person. And I remember going over to the person laying on the floor and saw the weapon between her feet. And I remember putting my gloves on and then picking up the weapon. And at this point, I could hear Officer Darch saying something to Zion. Of course, we now know from the video, she says, I don't want to go to jail. She tells him, don't worry, you're not going to jail. Of course, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, Judge. I didn't actually hear all that at the time. Just processing everything.
There was talk last week when Carol was here testifying that she had an attorney that was Terry Daplon. You know Terry?
Yes.
And as part of your training at the academy, Ms. Daplon came in lecture hall.
Yes.
Part of the faculty came and talked to you.
Yes.
And how you handle or not handle evidence in a scene, correct?
Correct.
She told you not to touch anything.
Correct.
Your instructors are the final word, though, on your training, correct?
They are.
In your survival retraining, did you get yelled at for not removing the weapon from a suspect that was down?
I did.